Well, it was good while it lasted. Hey, everyone. Bad Dog here from Two Dogs Digs, just to talk to you about the fact that Revenue Canada is now going to be coming after the income you make on any reselling platforms in starting in 2025. So we're going to go into a little bit of detail on this. So generally, what does this mean? Well, what we here at Two Dogs Digs, we try and do is provide you with lots of good reselling information, from tips and tricks on how you can make more money, things that you can find that you might have skipped over before. But any of this has to do with reselling, and reselling is a way for you to make extra income. So what's happened is there is a thing called Bill C-47. And Bill C-47 is from Revenue Canada, and it is a bill that requires Canadian digital platform operators to report information about sellers who use their platform. And in essence, that is eBay sellers, Etsy sellers, Poshmark sellers. But it's more than that. It's kind of the gig economy. So it also means that if you rent an Airbnb, if you are an Uber or a Lyft driver, if you do anything that's in that sort of gig thing, which is earning money from some other thing other than a full-time job that's reported to Revenue Canada, they want to know about that income. Now, there's some good things and some bad things about this. The bad thing is that in a recent H&R Block survey that was done, H&R Block found that I think the number was somewhere around 38% of the people who actually did have this said that they would not want, or 32% were willing to risk that they, right here, 32%, 28%, 9 million Canadians reported being part of the gig economy. 32% said they were willing to risk not declaring any income, and 43% not declaring all income. So that's part of what it is. Now, remember, when you're reselling, it is a business. So there is a benefit per se to this, and that is that a lot of people may not be, even if you're starting out, may not be actually taking account all the things that are business expenses. So you're going to have to get an H&R Block or a TurboTax somebody, or go to a real accountant about this. But basically, you need to start thinking about your reselling business as if it's a real business. Now, there are some rules within the reselling world, and that is that you will have to file your social insurance number with anybody who's operating in Canada. So Poshmark will need it, Etsy will need it, eBay will need it, any other Canadian platform that will potentially need it, StarLove, there's a couple of other places, that sort of thing. And what they will be responsible for doing as of like after 2025, so the year of 2025, if you have 30 individual transactions in the year or sell $2,800 worth of stuff through their system, it will be reported by them to Revenue Canada. So Revenue Canada will get things in from these people, and it would be, if you did it on Poshmark and on eBay and on Etsy, they will get 3 of them. They won't be combined because none of those operators will let each other know what other people are selling. So it's not like eBay is going to say, my guy sold 20. Did he sell any on you, Poshmark? Yeah, 3 for me. Any on you? No, that's not going to happen. So it's each individual platform. And they will report that. So you will need to look at that as income. Now, I'm just going to show you. This is actually showing you what it's like. It's on eBay right now. So there it is on eBay for residents of Canada. Canada Digital Online Reporting. So you can go into eBay customer service, ebay.ca, and just take a look up CRA or any of those sort of things. It's complying with this. And there it is. Your total consideration for sales on eBay is equal to $2,800 after deducting fees and commissions or taxes. So it's your sales. Or you complete 30 or more sales and transactions. Canceled transactions are not used. So now the interesting thing they say is that if you sell things that are, CRA guidance states that if you're selling personal use property like those found in a garage, it's unlikely you will have to pay tax. And this is the tricky thing, because realistically, I see what a lot of people are going to say. They're going to say, but this is my stuff. I've had this around. But at some point, Revenue Canada is going to look at this and go, my God, that person had a pretty damn big garage. If you are selling 80 to 90 transactions over the course of a year. We have 800 plus on eBay. We've had 100 on Etsy. Like, so there's no way someone's going to think that those are all things that came from my garage. Unless you're, I don't even know how anybody would. So you might have an argument there. And if you do, you could be penalized by Revenue Canada. So again, remember, realistically, some people may not even sell 30 transactions. And I don't think this would be considered as something that would be done as part of Facebook, because Facebook, you're not actually paying through. PayPal may end up having to do this. PayPal, if you're a resident in Canada, may end up having to report if you have that kind of income in. If you are on a site like ebay.com and you're Canadian, you got to remember you're registered in Canada now as a seller. So that counts. You don't get to say, well, I'm selling on .com, so it doesn't show. It's income. So again, you want to look at those things. Etsy, just to show you, Etsy has the exact same thing on their pages right now. If you're a seller who resides in Canada, you'll need to do this 30 transactions or $2,800. Or in their case, if you make any sales of made to order digital items in a calendar year. If you don't make those things, then you're exempt. So again, you can go to Etsy and look that up. So again, the one thing I want you to remember, though, is that I want you to think about your reselling as a position where you're actually earning money. And as a position with that, you have expenses. Your expenses can be everything from storage, shipping supplies, gas, purchasing the items, write-offs for things that you couldn't sell because they broke or they just weren't selling. There's lots of different things there that we recommend you talk directly to a professional accountant about. But in our 25 plus years of reselling, we have always claimed all of our income from our reselling sites. And we also claim a lot of different things in there. So when we have to go on a sourcing trip and we're going overnight to a city we're not normally staying in, that hotel room is a travel expense against us doing that sourcing. So there's lots of things in there that can bring your income down. So understand that you may make $2,800, but if you can show them that it cost you $1,400, then you've only got $1,400 worth of income. If you are doing that, then you want to watch it as well, because you want to make sure that you're not actually making $2,800 and spending $2,500 to make that, because then you've only made $300 in the course of the year. So again, keep that in mind. Revenue Canada is coming for you. So hopefully you'll get a little bit of an overview from this video. I'd love it if you could like and subscribe to us. If you really want to, you can support us by becoming a member of the Kennel Club. Just look for the join button on YouTube and you can join us there for $2.99 a month. We have an exclusive videos that we put in there. We also have an exclusive Facebook group. You get emojis, all sorts of fun things. And you'll see us live every couple of weeks on YouTube on Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock as part of our live hall passes, where we do some great fun. So again, think about it. It's the beginning of the year. Make sure you're registered. Plan for your year. Get used to Excel charts and Google Sheets to record what you're spending on items that you buy at the thrift store. Write them down. You don't need a receipt. Write down like what you paid if you bought it at a garage sale. You just need to be able to back up that stuff when you go to your accountant. And again, talk to a professional accounting person, because they're going to give you a lot more information that is correct versus posting on some boards. So thanks so much for watching. Again, give us a thumbs up and we'll talk to you soon here at Two Dogs Digs.